Oh, do I have enough time? Please say I have enough time. Oh, I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh!
And you're chilling.
Oh my god, it's over. Oh my fucking god. I guess it's finally that time, huh? All right, no shenanigans, no nothing. You know what we're here to do. Can you beat Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion without taking damage? If I take damage by getting hit by an enemy shot, stepping in enemy ink, or falling into the void, I have to restart the current stage from the station platform. Checkpoints do not count, as I have to do the stage in a single try. We start our grand adventure getting harassed by an old man for sleeping on the train platform. I don't have anywhere else to sleep, so I don't know what he's expecting. But regardless, we ignore him and eventually find our way to the main platform. Oh god, he's following us. Oh god, it shit out a credit card. Oh god, it's... we're gonna be seeing him a lot. That. Octo Expansion has a grand total of 80 stages. We're gonna be here for a while. Now, since this is a non-linear campaign, I'm gonna have to structure this video a little differently. Stages are grouped into subway lines, and I'll be going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J all the way down. Levels that are a cakewalk, relatively casual, or nothing interesting happened, I'll just be giving a passing remark. And with all that out of the way, we're thrust immediately into Station 8-5. Okay, well, wait, I can't restart the station. Wait, it doesn't let me restart the station because it's the tutorial. No, send me back. Send me back, I can't get out. So yeah, I had to cheat immediately and beat the stage. But to remove the air quotations, we end up going back in. Okay, A5 for real this time. What we're up against here is just a tiny taste of what's to come. We're introduced to the enemy of sanitized octolings. They can have any weapon in the game, have sub-weapons, and can swim in the ink just like us. To say they are obnoxious is, well, yeah. We end up dealing with them in the most pathetic way possible, a tried and true strategy I like to call splat bombage. Oh, and did I forget to mention they can also have any special in the game at seemingly any time? But that's besides the point. Waiting for the inkjet to recall, I wait for them to hit the ground and bombage the final octoling to get rid of the quotation marks. A4 is a 1-to-1 casual run of the stage, but then we get to A3. This station introduces us to the dreaded 8-ball escort missions, where this 8-ball contains both the lives of the living and the memories of the deceased. As if this ball falls off the edge of the stage, we get sentenced to execution by inflatable letter bomb, except we are the delivery guy. Please do not fall. Go, no! Oh. What was that? Oh no, this is the easiest 8-ball level in the game too. There we go, first 8-ball stage done. We have so many more of those to go. Station A2 is a different kind of escort mission. We have to play a game of single-player Rainmaker against a horde of octolings that can appear anywhere. Now, this isn't as bad as it sounds, because the Rainmaker is a really powerful weapon with even more range. The tough part here is the map, Port Mackerel. It's an extremely linear map where the only ways forward are one of 3 narrow corridors, which, might I add, are very ambushable. If you can even call it a strategy, I attempted to give myself arthritis with how much I was spamming the Rainmaker charge. Every attempt was essentially learning where each octoling spawned and where I'd need to shoot. And sometimes, I'm going for it. No, I got hit. That was just barely, man. Just get unlucky. Stations A1, A6, and A7. I dodged octo snipers, bounced on very safe government regulated platforms. Not gonna die. And rode my inkjet, leading us to whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Now, the final station of the A line, A8, is another 8-ball stage. And it started off about as I expected. Ah! I literally hit it with my body. How does it go that far? How did... How? Now get off of the thing. But after suffering past the beginning section, we get rewarded in the best way possible. The suffering of our enemies as they're slaughtered by the same orb that our own life is tied to. So it's like I'm directly responsible for their deaths. Starting on line B, stations B2 and B3 were just target practice and apparently jump scares. Oh, I thought I was dead. I 100%. Oh, you're kidding. You're kidding. How does that happen? Remind me to never become an Olympic diver. Station B4 is another escort mission similar to A2, except this time, instead of Rainmaker, it's tower control. This one difference is what takes me from a fun strategic routing challenge to a linear escort mission from the deepest depths of hell, of which not even the devil himself has seen. To say the least, this stage is a rough one. We have to move the tower along the zigzagging path of Snapper Canal. All the while, why are you jumping onto the tower? Okay. Oh, okay. That's, oh my god, I can't believe that. Ah, that sucks. Okay, I need the tower. I need the tower. Getting this tower past these 6 checkpoints requires a monumental amount of knowledge of every enemy placement, the skill to actually be able to get rid of each enemy, and the luck needed to survive the entire ordeal. We're given a choice between Hydro Splatling with an auto bomb, an Aerospray with Splat Bomb, and a Blaster with Curling Bomb. Aerospray's lack of range is a problem, and Blaster is out of the question without a good explosive. So we choose Hydra. Immediately we're given a Baller special that we only get one use with. The first enemy jumps onto this platform and we execute it, destroy the sprinkler. Now the way the game decides where to spawn in the next enemy is a bit strange. Through trial and error, I was able to figure out that it's tied to our reticle. So an enemy will only jump in if we are in proximity and our reticle hovers over the general area where they jump in. Abusing this, we can paint around the area safely so long as we don't move the reticle over the position where the Octoling will jump to. Once we're ready, move the reticle over the jump and absolutely unload. This Octoling has a Umbrella shield, so it's able to get close enough to damage us. But we just gotta pray it doesn't. Paint around the center, destroy another sprinkler, bomb camp this enemy, and take out the final sprinkler. We have to do this whole process because it'll make getting the tower over to the second half of the map significantly easier. Going back, we hop on the tower and lead it safely through checkpoints 1 and 2. On checkpoint 3, the blaster will jump, but our Hydra range trivializes the encounter. As soon as we get to checkpoint 4, place an autobomb on top of the tower and get the hell out of there. If it's done right, the enemy should explode on landing. Right before checkpoint 5, the Brella from before will jump in and we need to auto bomb bitch. If the bomb doesn't kill, this Brella can reach us on tower just by shooting, so move off of it until the Brella goes down. Now remember at the beginning when I said they could also have any special in the game at seemingly any time? Yeah, if this enemy isn't taken down fast enough, it'll summon an ink storm, forcing you to wait for it to pass. And get this, all enemies have a respawn timer, which means they'll come back. Not even to mention the 5-minute timer that's been looping over our head the entire time. Which, speaking of, the enemy from earlier will respawn, so bomb camp their jump. And now we're on to the final section, checkpoint 6. Pre-fire at this point near the enemy spawn to camp another jump. Break checkpoint 6 and wait for the super jump marker. Throw an auto bomb and activate the baller special we've saved until now. If the bomb is in the correct spot, it should kill the last Octo. But if it doesn't, the baller is a failsafe and has a chance of killing it while protecting us from any stray shots. If this is all done correctly, there we go. B4 is possible. There is an insane amount of room for error and things that can go wrong. Thank you for the burst bomb. Oh. Oh my god. I didn't even mention how if you don't kill the last Octoling, it'll throw a splash wall on tower because it can just do that. It is without a question one of the most difficult stages in the entire campaign of Octo Expansion. Station B5 is another 8-ball escort, except this time we have to go grab the 8-ball and bring it back to the beginning. Surprisingly, this pretty much plays like a regular stage. If by a regular stage we mean one from my nightmares. Okay, that's an exaggeration. But that doesn't change the fact that this first jump sucks. Because we're locked in a cutscene, it's just pure luck on where the shot lands. If it lands in the middle, we die. Not a fun one, but once we get the RNG, the stage is easy enough. Station B6 is the first stage where we're not given a main weapon. All I have to my name is a curling bomb and a lethal fear of RNG. Wait, so I have to go straight? No, there's no other way to do this? That's literally what the section is. No strategy, no timing it, it's just luck in its simplest form. No! Oh my god, I almost made it. Oh, that's just unfair. Don't do it. No! No! Oh my god, the shot landed on me. Are you joking? Oh! Final checkpoint, okay. No, I have to go back through. No, there's no way, dude. There's no way. But I mean, I guess it's now or never. Please, just let me out of this hellhole. Just don't hit me, please. Oh, I'm so terrified. For how much shitty RNG I got in the first section, it was an absolute miracle I managed to do the first try. Oh. Let's go! Finally getting a break. Stations B7 and B8 were a breeze to get through, with B9 being our first thing of the run. We have to collect all 4 to trigger the escape sequence to get to the end of the game. Station B10's only difficulty is at the ending, where you have to jump between these rollers whilst avoiding an Octo Sniper at the top. Using the excellent method of trial and error, I found a path through allowing me to execute the sniper with the combined power of every shot it fired at me. Station B11 is yet another 8-ball stage. Utilizing the abilities of sneak swimming, this stage only gives me intense anxiety. Stage B12 is an odd one. We have to kill every enemy with these slabs of crab meat? This station is daunting because of the amount of enemies shooting us all at once. But if we aim for the 2 big guys and take them out right away, it makes the station relatively free, just running back and forth between our safe area and the execution zone. Station B13 is similar to B12 in the fact that we have to kill every enemy to progress. However, here there are 3 sub-levels filled with enemies. Sub-level 1 is straightforward as we just stay out of sight. Sub-level 2 is more complicated, but using the giant structures to our advantage, we're able to maneuver around eliminating most Octarians, and finishing the rest with a good Stingray special. Sub-level 3 is a rotating vertical structure. Here I have to wait for my opportunity to go in, and rid the top of their overpaid executives. From our overhead view, we're able to project influence over all the unpaid workers and make them work for even less. Station B14 is simple, easy, no sweat. Station B15 is another where we're left with nothing but our crippling fear of 10 missiles. We have to bait this flying enemy to shoot missiles to destroy the obstacles blocking our path. This is easy in concept, but in execution, the missiles have a huge hitbox. And only being able to move at the pace of a slow jog doesn't help either. It took a bit of thinking, but to solve this, I invented numbers, and better yet, counting. Okay, so 1, 2, run. Beyond that, we bait the missiles over and over until we overcome our crippling fear and gain the Glugaduli Splat Bomb combo to smash this annoying asshole with the power of 10,000 suns. The final station of line B, B16, is a nice easy vanilla stage after the hell that was line B. So you get how this works by now. Station C1 and C2, most people do damageless anyway, so they were easy clears. Now we come to a little quirk about Octo Expansion. Some stations are combined like C3, which we actually did earlier in line A. Just mentioning this so you aren't confused when I skip some numbers. Moving on to Station C4, we're strapped with the bomb and we have to dance baby dance for a minute straight, else we get blown down to hell. Thanks, you piece of shit. It wasn't hard. What do you want me to say? In vanilla, you have to clear it without getting hit. Station C5 and C6 weren't anything to write home about. At C7, I'm pretty sure we broke the Geneva Convention with the help of about 17,000 A-balls. Station C8, on the other hand, requires a good amount of skill. We're tasked with defeating all 20 enemies whilst we spin them on these rotating platforms. But we're not safe as they get every opportunity to load up and fire when we rotate them close. It's not all bad as they give us this block that we can use to charge. Then use charge storage to pop out and take out the biggest threats before they even know we're there. Station C9 and C10 were a breeze. Station C11 required some quick reflexes, but ultimately was just another step to my path of victory. Station C12, we got to invest time into being the second coming of Picasso. And I'd say my artwork is better. Station C13, we collect our second thing, moving another step closer to being able to escape this hellhole. The final station of line C, C14, wasn't a problem either. Overall, a very easy line. Line D starts off with Station D2, where I definitely didn't use more than one shot to clear it. That would never happen. Stations D3, D4, D5, and D7 were simple and easy, no real thinking required. Station D8 contains the infamous Girl Power Station. I'll be skipping over this one for now, as we'll talk about it during line J. Station D9 requires proving that I could dodge thousands of shots per second in an inkjet, and well, I can't do that, but I can dodge 5 per second. Station D10 has us traversing the tutorial area backwards with a new edgy color palette. I'm afraid there's somebody here. There, I see you. Yeah, they're also here. The stage is relatively simple until the final checkpoint, where we have to kill a total of 3 Octolinks and make it through this narrow alleyway full of enemies, including a sniper at the very top. Using curling bomb bitch, the first Octolink hits the floor. For the second, we use this wall to our advantage and skill our way through with the bamboozler. For the third, bait them to land and then actually just do nothing. I'm serious. No idea why this works, but it makes the Octolink stop moving entirely, which makes them an open target. Now the difficult part. To get through the alleyway, we have to zigzag our way through, hiding behind any cover that's available to us. Is what I would have said. But you can actually just barely reach the sniper at the end with a cheeky curling bomb bitch. Yeah! Oh yeah, the curling bomb strat worked! Carefully take out the other 3 enemies and that goal is ours. The final station of line D, D11, just requires some well-timed sloshes. Line E starting off with stage E7, where you can just skip these enemies and fly down to the goal. Station E6 is a game of Connect 3 TM or you die, featuring cheating and exploits. Close but not quite. I've never had that happen! Cheaters get what they deserve. Actually, hold on. There are 2 win conditions here. See? And winners are always cheaters. Station E5, just get to the goal. But Station E4 is another 8-ball stage, and I can prove it. Oh, there we go. Sick. No! No! So we know it's an 8-ball stage, but like, how do you really know? No. Okay, the bit's kind of dragging on a bit, but come on, give me this last one. Don't forget, I'm not forgetting, I have my burst bombs. No! Okay, yeah, there was nothing difficult about that stage, except for the fact that my game absolutely had it out for me, and could not be the fault of my own incompetence. Yeah, no, couldn't be. Stations E3 and E1 were quick, simple stages, allowing entry to Station E2 to collect Thang number 3. Turning around the other way, Stations E8 and E9 were great besides... No! But I managed to clear it the try afterwards. Station E10, besides being a fantastic and original joke, was just a quickie. Station E11, we have to collect these 8 data points on a constantly rotating whatever shape you'd consider this thing. Collecting the first 5 is simple, but then the game decides to invite some Octo Snipers to the party. They can be an annoyance, but if their platform is close enough, Auto Bomb Bitch will do the trick. The final station on line E, E12, is our first instance of the boss rematch. We have to fight modified versions of the bosses from the Splatoon 2 hero mode. The first of which is Stomping McGee over here. And oh, did I mention that they are way harder than the hero mode? Phase 1, Deranged Dickhead is similar to the hero mode, but now wearing a stylish jacket we need to remove, which makes it so pissed that every time it slams its face into the ground, it uses the bubble blower special on all sides. What? and can pop them. Before dodging around the bubbles and heading up to destroy the tentacle, we need to make sure the opposite side of the area is clear of ink. Otherwise, we will take damage. Once it's clear, pop the tentacle and jump away. Phase 2 starts with Kooky Claude regaining its awesome jacket and firing a minigun at us. Same with the hero mode. This area has a little dip that goes all the way around the arena where it can't directly hit us, and we're going to abuse it. Jump down and head to Looney Lane Brain to get rid of the jacket. And yeah, the number of buckles increases with each phase. Oh, that's such bullshit! Okay. So yeah, this fight is really annoying. Seeing that Red Stooge loves to just run away and use the turret with one single mistake on my part sending me down to the depths of hell. I ended up switching from dually sculptures to squeezers so I could have more range to hit the buckles from down below. Once phase 2 starts, head round to the back and destroy the front buckle. From here, the attacks aren't consistent, but the goal is to destroy the buckle on both sides to get rid of the jacket. Now when it jumps, 3 of the bubbles spawn instead of 2. Dodge them and climb to the tentacle. If the position is right, destroy the tentacle and land safely. Phase 3, Daft Dunderhead has had enough and forcefully performs asexual reproduction. The buckles are actually easier to hit here than in phase 2, but my god is it slow. 5 minutes of destroying buckles later, we tell Molding McGee that your fashion style sucks as we tear off its jacket. The only thing left now is to find an opening. A weird mechanic that I only found out on this winning attempt was that the bubbles apparently only spawn on the 2 sides closest to the player, so I was able to climb the side that was bubble free. I'm just gonna try it. Yes! Oh! There we go! Get shit on, dude! Murdering Baby Rage once again. That's 2-0. Getting out of that hell, Line F starts off pretty friendly. Stations F2, F3, and F5, I popped, tossed, and popped again my way through to the goal. Station F6 has us killing every enemy to progress. And the final section is where I was having a hard time. We're stuck on this huge square platform where more and more enemies will slowly spawn. And I had no idea how to deal with them. I was honestly stuck, and I was thinking of the insane shit I'd have to pull to get through this, but oh, was that past tense I hear? Somebody in my chat told me something that even now I still can't believe works. They cover on spawning. I mean, we might as well test it out. Why not? Somebody said bottom left and then the top right corner of the square. So literally the center. Okay, the 4 are gonna drop really soon. Oh my god, they don't cover that square? No way, dude. So I may have lied to you earlier. All the sections are actually time-based. That's actually crazy. Continuing the trend, Station F8 I cleared without much difficulty. Station F9 is the other Rainmaker stage, this time on Manta Maria. It was surprisingly easy to get to the center, even more so getting literally right next to the podium before I got jumped at midnight on Manta Maria. The way back this time was a little more treacherous, having to avoid a Tentamissile special this time as well. There's one up here, I see you. No fooling me. No, don't do it. It's not worth it. Oh, the storm! I'm just going. Oh, let's go! There we go! Yes! I successfully didn't get jumped. After getting lost in the low-risk maze that was Station F10, it was time for the final station of Line F, F11, and the second boss rematch with the Japanese archipelago. Now remember what I said? Did I mention that they are way harder than the hero mode? Yeah, that's not true for this one. In fact, it's actually been made easier. We're now permanently in the baller special, and the only way for us to get hit is by getting knocked off the edge, which is way easier than what I had to go through in the hero mode. In every phase, the only things we need to watch out for is this attack, and the usual jump points since we get taken out of baller when we jump. The sweep attack will usually just send us into the void, but the attack is telegraphed, so it really isn't a problem. For the jump, we can just cover the ground before we destroy the tentacle. And just like that, the Japanese archipelago falls in crushing defeat once again. Starting line G, Station G8 was nice and easy. Station G7, meanwhile, requires us to get to the center by jumping across the floating cars. This room is scary, as the moment we make any jumps, any movement, even just sneeze, and we'll be shot at with no cover to protect us. As soon as we jump on the car, we're in a circle of death. My strategy was to try to use Splat Bombage to take out the Octo Sniper on the first cycle, then wait until the next car is available to jump to and hide in the ink. We can kill the rest of the enemies here because they take too long to turn around before they can hit us. And in my attempt, shoot! I missed! I'm gonna wait for next cycle. I missed. Oh, I have to go! Let's just say it was all skill. Now there was just a nice car wash standing between me and the goal that I definitely did not fail at all. Let's fucking go! Station G5 was just target practice. G3 was also target practice, but another step up. We just have to kill 10 Octo Snipers with our own sniper, the E-Leader. The stage was all about finding the best angles to snipe at where I could abuse charge storage. Station G2 is similar in concept to G3, where we have to kill a certain amount of enemies, but this time with the heavy splatling. The hard part comes in with the last 5 enemies. 2 of them are these bomb bitch lads, and there really isn't any safe place to hide from a bomb. But there is a lower platform where I can actually kill them with precise fall damage. The other is a Tentamissile user, which is easy to deal with. Lastly, we have 2 Octo Snipers behind splash walls, one of which we kill on spawning in. For some reason, they give us a Stingray special, which we saved the entire time to take out the last one from the safe lower platform. The final station of line GG1 is our third boss rematch versus Toaster Boy. I'll just keep it real and say it straight up. This is the most difficult station in the run. Toaster Lad now stores enemies around the tentacle that constantly shoot down below in essentially unpredictable patterns. Here we go. Phase 1, immediately walk forward, kill the rightmost Octarian and the one to the left of that. Then paint, move forward, and immediately aim upwards as we use Toaster Guy's rotation against his passengers. Climb the bread, kill the last Octarian, and clutch the tentacle. That was the easy part. Phase 2, his passengers are now a bomb bitch lad and 2 flying lads, who can all dodge in midair from our shots. Walk forward and destroy the sprinkler at the front. Back up and avoid the stab. Shooting the sprinklers earlier got the passengers' attention, so aim up and kill the bomb bitch lad. Back up again and avoid another stab. Aim near the top as it rotates so we can destroy another sprinkler. Climb the bread, but instead of hopping up to the tentacle, move around the back and kill one of the flying lads. We want to be back here so we can get a safe jump. As we hit the ground, turn around and destroy the last sprinkler. Now there shouldn't be any ink on the other side of the arena. Narrowly avoid the stabs, climb the bread once again, kill the last flying lad, and make sure to grab the Stingray as we need it. Phase 3, his passengers are now 3 Octo Snipers and 4 Splash Walls, stopping us from reaching the tentacle. Immediately shoot up and kill the Octo Sniper. Head around the right side by about 90 degrees. You can't see it here, but we're manipulating one of Toaster Dude's attacks to only cover a small area that would otherwise cover the entire arena in ink. If you want to know why this works, check out my video on the Splatoon 2 hero mode. Once he stops turning, head to where the area is ink and avoid the stabs. We can't shoot too far, or else the snipers at the top will notice and will try to shoot us as well. As soon as our toast is ready, head underneath to protect us from above, and whip out the Stingray to kill the other 2 Octo Snipers. We're almost done. Whilst avoiding another round of stabs, we need to try and shoot one of the splash walls to damage it just a tiny bit. If we don't, we won't have enough time to destroy the tentacle. Once the toast is ready, quickly climb up, destroy the splash wall, and clutch the final tentacle. Wait, hold up. Okay, we're good. I cannot find the words to put how precise and exact I had to be in this execution. It's not quite at Grizz level, but it's definitely earned its second place. The first station of line H, H2, gives us a break as we roll our way to the goal. Station H3 is another dreaded tower control stage, set on Starfish main stage. Different to the one set on Snapper Canal, the stage is more linear, giving us the opportunity to run forward ahead of the tower to set us up for an easier time. Through my Messiah trial and error, I learned the spawn locations of every enemy and hazard set to impede my progress. Some Octolings only spawn when the tower is close, but as for the others where it's player dependent, we can take them out using Splat Bombage. While spreading our goo everywhere, we can also take out all the sprinklers on the map. Then it's time to head back and escort the tower. All those preparations made it so that we can get through checkpoints 1 and 2 without anything bothering us. At checkpoint 3, an enemy will attempt to jump in, but with a well-timed bomb, we make it through. At checkpoint 4, an enemy will attempt to jump on tower, so we stand on the other side and bombage. If it misses, we have to attempt to kill while standing behind the safety pillar. Another enemy will spawn on the high ground, so we bombage them as well. After checkpoint 4, as we're heading around this corner, camp another jump with bombage. If we miss this one, it's usually a reset, as they have an annoying slosher in this tiny area. Pass through checkpoint 5 and another Octoling will jump. We attempt to bombage again, but if it misses, we have multiple backups, including heading around the right side and using this wall to our advantage. Once it's dead, pass through checkpoint 6, and this is the anxiety-inducing part. They will attempt to use a splashdown special directly on tower. This can damage us in 2 different ways: the impact from the splashdown and the ink it leaves behind on the tower. The only way to avoid taking damage here is to hide on the exact opposite side of the center pillar to dodge the hitbox of the impact, while also standing on the tiny netted grating so that we don't take damage from stepping in ink. We have to be careful and immediately take them out before they can do any damage. If all that is done, my sanity is gone, but the tower gets delivered. Oh, dude, the strat worked! Holy fuck, quick thinking! For the win! Station H4, as you can guess by now, is just some more target practice. Station H5's final checkpoint requires us to climb the block and ride the shower to the goal. But getting on the shower is slightly tricky. Because it's rotating clockwise, it's easier to get on the shower from the other side. We paint the top from down below and jump up on the rotating platform before the block gets inked again, clearing H5 to then come into contact with the final thing in H6. And even though we can now go to the end, stick with me here as we still aren't quite done. The final station of line H, H7, is the last of the boss rematches against Rubber Ducky Man. The gimmick this time is that we're stuck in an infinite duration inkjet, which doesn't actually sound that bad, and it really isn't. Phase 1 is literally just shoot the 3 supporters, destroy the tentacle, and we barely have to worry about taking damage from the jump for this fight, as unlike the other bosses, we always jump to the same spot. Phase 2 gets a little bit harder with 4 supporters, plus Fresh Flush gets a swatling attack and can launch missiles, but we can simply take cover from the former and can shoot to destroy the latter. The main aspect of this fight is to keep the pressure on and to not be afraid of its attacks. Also, this can happen. What am I even supposed to say to that? It happened. It did happen. That was something that just happened. Phase 3, the supporters are now able to dodge mid-air, and like the last phase, that's not hard to deal with. That's a Stingray, dude! No, I almost avoided the entire thing! I was so good. Okay, so throw that all out the window. This is the only thing that's harder out of the entire fight because we somehow have to dodge a stingray multiple times while stuck in an inkjet. And the worst part is that where the stingray starts firing is inconsistent every single time. I want to test out what you said about going at squid farm immediately. Oh wait, can I bait it right before it comes out to make it consistent? Wait. By going over and under in a circular motion. But the final phase of this fight would ultimately end up being a war against RNG. The less unblemished downpour used Stingray, the higher chance we had at winning. The silence! Oh my god! Holy shit, the silence actually worked. I can't believe that. The full focus. After 2 whole hours of bashing my head against the wall that is RNG, I managed to get an attempt that only had a single stingray and somehow managed to dodge it, claiming the silly rubber ducky guy as my prize. With all the boss rematches out of the way, we only have 2 lines left. Starting with I-2, where we have to get to the goal with a limited ink tank. We can get past the initial part by using some sneaky maneuvers and managing our ink refills efficiently. But the real challenge of this stage is that before we get to the goal, we have to 1v1 an Octoling with Umbrella. We weren't given any sub-weapons or other methods of killing them, forcing us to perform the 1v1. Okay, yeah, thanks, dude, thanks. Yeah, keep going, King, keep going, go off. Go off, King, go off. The issue is that because we have a limited ink tank, we can't shoot forever. So with some suggestions from chat, I came up with a bait and switch kind of method. The Octoling doesn't react to anything until you start firing directly at it. So we can actually take advantage of this and paint the left and right sides of the arena. We head around the left side and pop to activate the Octoling's aggro. Quickly move, sneak swimming to the right side. The Octoling will lose track of us. Luckily, their back was facing towards us, so we could snatch the easy kill finishing the stage. Station I-4, I think we're all familiar with. This is the station that sparked the idea of this entire series in my head all those years ago. It defined all of the damage rules, everything. So with my training across almost 3 entire games, it comes down to the question, can you beat Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion's no damage station without taking damage? Yes, the answer is yes. I did it first try. Station I-6 requires us to defeat 21 enemies with a charger, but we can only move around with these floating anchors. The stage was challenging, not for the reason of it being mechanically tough, but because I had to find a safe path through the chaos. It was a routing challenge. Immediately, I need to get myself to this specific platform, because from this single spot, we can actually kill 14 out of 21 enemies. Then move to this platform, and if we're quick about it, we can kill another 6 of them, leaving just 1 left, and it's an easy kill. The final station of line I-8, needs a lot of patience to get through these mountains of enemies. But with help from Auto Bomb Bitch and my expert dodging skills, we make it through, heading towards the final line of the Deep Sea Metro, Line J. Stations J2, J4, and J7, we matched shapes, dropped our foes, and didn't come 2 pixels away from getting hit, smacking the goal. There is only 1 out of 80 total stations that we have yet to beat damageless. The infamous J3 Girl Power Station. We get to choose any combination of main weapon class and 3 sub-weapons to attempt to protect a singular orb from an onslaught of bloodthirsty Octolings. This orb and us in turn have to survive for a total of 90 seconds, a minute and a half. Once on the field, we also get access to every special weapon in the game. Out of the 27 possible combinations, I decided to place my bets on my charger skills. This stage is about learning where every jump point is and dealing with them accordingly. Here we go. Upon landing, head over the left grate to the edge and snipe the first Octoling. Then at 1:15, 2 more Octolings jump in the center. We snipe one on landing and shortly after kill the other. Now you see how the Octolings on the edge of the arena are standing waiting to jump in? Well, you can actually kill them if you're using a weapon that can kill quickly. For instance, how about Charger? This Brella Octoling is the only annoying one we have to face since it blocks our Charger shots on landing. So we take advantage of Charger's quick killing capability and take it out before it can jump in. The next jump is at 105 on the center right and we take care of that. At 55 seconds, a roller jumps in on the center left and a brush on the center right. Kill the roller on landing and then go after the brush. At 45 seconds, 1 jumps in the center and another 2 jump in on either side. So we kill the center one on landing, then go after the Octoling on the left side and then the right. At this point, we're now in the center next to the orb, and we have to deal with the rest of the enemies from here as there are way too many spawning to deal with them individually. I honestly have no idea how else to do this, but I landed 3 kills in a row. The next enemy tried to fire up a Stingray special, which gave me enough time to kill. Then with 10 seconds left on the clock, there was only 1 Octoling and me. And that final snipe, I hit straight through to the goalpost as the timer hit 0. Was that it? Did we just do, what the fuck? Was that actually it? Shit's insane! Toaster Boy took longer, what the fuck? I'm just speechless. You're telling me I just did that? I pulled that out of a magic hat, out of thin air. I pulled the rabbit out of the hat, the dove from under the cloak. I don't even know how the fuck I just did that. What the fuck? Apparently even girl power isn't enough to deal with my once-in-a-lifetime chain of perfect Charger gameplay. I can guarantee you, in the time since this happened, I've not come anywhere near this performance with Charger. But just like that, 80 out of 80 stations are complete. All 80 are indeed possible to do without taking damage. But that hasn't answered the main question. Can we beat the game without taking damage? The adventure isn't over just yet. We still have to escape the deep sea metro. Putting all the things we've collected throughout this journey together, wait, it makes a blender? Anyway, we're saved by a figure who nobody yet knows, and we start our escape. Now, similar to Splatoon 3's rocket sequence, I'm gonna be counting each phase as its own stage, which means if I take damage in phase 3, I restart at the beginning of phase 3 and not phase 1. Also, this should go without saying, but skipping is banned. Coxic's phase is a stealth section where we have to bypass all kinds of Octarians without getting spotted. But inadvertently, this also means it's built to be done without taking damage. So this phase is 1-for-1 with the vanilla game. Villy phase is where we finally get a main weapon, the Octo Shot, or do we? I'm taking a trick out of the speedrunner handbook because once we grab the splat bombs, we can use them to slowly climb this wall while baiting the guard to get up. Now, no matter how hard you try, this bomb cannot reach the switch from this height. Luckily, we can throw the bomb on the wall above us to use the bomb's splash paint. It can actually land on the switch, allowing us to get by without even needing the Octo Shot, easily avoiding this Octo Sniper and finishing the phase. Belly phase is an odd platforming gauntlet. There aren't many enemies, but this is a pretty long phase. The ending section has us riding these slow auto-scrolling platforms while dodging a tennis missile lad. To dodge the missiles, beat them in the back and then move to the front to avoid getting hit by them. Rinse and repeat until we give back 100% of the pain, finishing the phase. Intestinal phase is most comparable to an action flick. We avoid setting off these concentrated lasers of death by precisely moving through them. Exact same as vanilla, next phase. Diaphragm phase, we get equipped with an inkjet and are tasked with obtaining 8 data points. Essentially just avoid enemy shots and avoid getting locked in a cutscene. That's bullshit. What? It played a cutscene? I'm standing in ink. Bro. Collecting the 8th data point frees this energy core and we gotta chase after him. Peristalsis phase, we have to escort the Zapfish lookalike to the end of this gauntlet specifically made to kill us. A lot of it is as you'd expect, narrowly dodging enemy fire while still moving the platform forward. Some lads we use flat bombage, some we kill with our own grubby paws. Our first roadblock is this bombage lad because it does so much damage to the core while essentially making a wall between it and us. Instead of being afraid, the best strategy here is to rocket our platform as close as possible while baiting the bomb to be as far away from the core as possible. Then we can loop around the other side during its downtime and grab the kill. The second guy is harder because of having to also dodge missiles, except that you can actually just bring down these covers. I didn't know these were a thing for the past 5 years. Commit slaughter. Lastly, avoid these balls at all costs as it's an instant restart. Plug in the power connector as we've got an elevator to climb. Spinal phase just contains a simple elevator that will finally lift us out of the deep sea metro. But we're not home free yet. We still need to beat the final boss of Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, Agent 3. Now this fight is split into 4 distinct phases. Phase 1 is a firefight against Agent 3 where they have access to Curling Bomb Rush at any time. But that's actually our time to get in since they won't use their main gun while they're using the special. Phase 2, their special gets changed to Baller. We can actually squeeze in a single well-timed bombage to deal a massive amount of damage before the Baller fully activates. To avoid taking damage from the Baller, we can shoot it directly and it'll never get close enough. Right before it's about to blow up, we need to use a well-timed bomb to deal another chunk of massive damage. Then, still using the block, we need to perform our tried and true strategy of Splat Bombage mixed with strafing in and out of cover. This phase is pretty inconsistent and ended most of my attempts. Phase 3, Agent 3 jumps to the higher platform and Baller gets switched out for Stingray. Before Agent 3 even whips out the Stingray, we can toss a bomb to get a huge amount of damage off. Then avoid the Stingray and toss one more bomb. Assuming both hit, we're good to go on to the final phase. Phase 4, Agent 3 loves Splashdown so much that they use it 3 times in a row. All the while, we're running and screaming in terror. The longer this phase goes on for, the harder it is. Essentially, the strategy boils down to running around the bigger block and avoid taking damage from the Splashdown. Once the 3 are done, it's essentially the same as phase 2. We duck and cover using the block, trying to get in cheeky hits with Splat Bombage. Oh. Let's go! And with that, we send Agent 3 back down to the depths of hell that we just crawled out from. Well, that only took half an hour. That's kind of crazy. After everything, and I mean everything, we get to take out all the frustration, all the pent-up feelings on this final boss fight, where there are no enemies, no opposing ink, no tower control stations, no toasters. It's a miracle. Victory lap, here we go. We hit that one, we hit this one. 5, get it, 5, there we go. Okay, let's not miss any of these. And now we just got the head, don't miss any of the head. That's 1, 2, count them down, 3, 4, I miscount, I don't know how many. I think that's something, a number, it is a number for sure. Is there one more, is this one more? 1 hyper bomb left, let's go! Reach onto this. And that's game! GG's Octo Expansion! I can say for sure that the Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion can in fact be beaten without taking damage. this is where the video was originally going to end. And it is, but stick with me here. We may have beaten every station, but there is one more thing that I still have yet to do. Inner Agent 3. A secret boss in the post-game that is probably the most difficult single-player challenge in the entire series. Yeah, no, screw that. Screw that noise, I ain't doing that. But as I was finishing this script, Inner Agent 3 was stuck in the back of my mind. I ended up giving in to curiosity and told myself, I'll try it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes passed, then a half hour. A half hour became an hour, then 2 hours. I was really starting to think, oh god damn it, it's definitely possible. That is something for another day outside of the scope of this video. But if you want to see me torture myself with Inner Agent 3 or whatever I'll do next, you might as well subscribe. You made it this far, I mean, no reason not to. And if you want to see these torture sessions live, I stream them right here on this channel. In fact, I could be live right now. But for now, that's about all I got.